Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we have another Shadowverse Evolved gameplay video for you. On the top of the screen we have Lewis piloting his Silence Abyss, and on the bottom of the screen is myself piloting Kuon. This is my second go at this deck in a tournament setting. Last week I got cooked. I really hated my build last week, so I went like 0-2 immediately. I was like, yeah, I need a reset and do a different, go back to the lab basically. So I think I won the die roll here, and I think I won the die roll and I chose second. I'm not sure, because I don't think I would have wanted to go first versus this deck, because if it's Silence, then Lewis is always on Abyss, and so if it's on Silence, I don't want to deal with a Rule 9 on 3 or Crazed on 3. So I would prefer just to have the Evo points. So it looks like Lewis has a bell ringer, and he is going to start off with that. I forgot to say in my last video, I'm not doing a camera view of my expressions right now, because I'm recording this really early in the morning, and I look like I'm doing exactly that. So and this is round 2 of the same tournament. Last video I showcased of Tim and George. That was round 1. Now this is round 2. So at the end phase I did Insight, and then Lewis had passed on turn 2, which is kind of normal somewhat for Silence Abyss, because you kind of anticipate maybe like a Surefire or anything or something like that. So I think I imagine I would probably pass on 2 here with either a Chain Calling. Oh, no. So I choose to not pass on turn 2 with the Chain Calling here, because I don't want him to play Rule 9 on 3 and then all of a sudden the Chain Calling is not an option. So I just wanted to make sure I definitely got it off, because it would have been really, really, really bad if he had a Rule 9 here. So finally, on 3 play points, I think Lewis is going to have to finally play a follower. He's passed 2 turns thinking I would do something, but unfortunately I didn't. He plays a Demonium Punk Devil. I know it's hard to see. Forgive us for the glare. We do this at our local setting. This is not really a pampered and polished booth or something that we do this. I just take my setup with me to locals every time. We play Penguin Wizard, pitch the Trail of Light. I know I draw another Trail of Light, I think, but I don't think I actually end up using it here. Forget what my reasoning was, or discarding it here, but I think because I would have overdrawn, and I liked the idea of having an extra Trail of Light just in case I start getting made to discard cards. The Trail of Light can help me replenish. So, not to say that I hope he hits my Trail of Light or anything, which is sure, I guess if that happens, great. But my point is that I don't want, like, if I get put down to like 5 cards, the Trail of Light will put me up to 6, probably most likely. So he's going to snipe my Penguin Wizard at the end phase, putting it down to 3. And on 4 play points, at this point I anticipate like a Rule 9 or something, but he sure fires the Penguin Wizard. Pretty sure Lewis like abuses my Penguin Wizards in this match. He's going to hit me for 2 with the Punk Devil, and he's got 2 play points up, and he's just going to pass, I believe. Yeah, he's got a bell ringer, but he doesn't want to use it. So I use a Lamplet at the end phase, not because it ends up becoming relevant for the Punk Devil. I think I just use it because, like, again, I'm going to have too many cards in hand at some point, and I just wanted to get an extra spell in the cemetery. And I didn't anticipate it being that useful in this matchup later on. So, yeah, we just kind of burned it. So now we're on 4 play points. I think that we have like a Curse Crafter here, but I don't know that this is the turn to kind of use it. I mean, Punk Devil's not really threatening, so we're kind of thinking about how to best set up our turn, or set up our strategy, So so we do Sorcery Cache. I think we're doing this because we must have a traditional sorcerer in our hand, and so if we get to 7 spells, then we can play that, and that's a pretty good turn in my book. So we add the D shift, and we pitch a Insight, and now that we have 7 in the cemetery, I believe we can play traditional sorcerer. We heal 2, and then we're going to bring up the Paper Shikigami with ward it up, and then pass. So Lewis, kind of to my surprise, to be honest, passes with no play points used in his last turn pretty quickly too. So it kind of tells me like he probably doesn't have any kind of removal, because I don't think he would like to trade his Punk Devil into the Paper Shikigami. But so he does have a Silent Purge, which is such a good card. Definitely one of my favorite Abyss cards ever printed. He's going to use Silent Purge here to... well, he's thinking on it. Silent Purge and Bell Ringer seems like the way to go. His hand's not very good. 2 Death's Breath and an Alu card. Yeah, not good. He needs to start drawing cards. He needs to get the Bell Ringer out so he can draw another card. He does crash the Punk Devil. We draw and discard the Trail of Light. And Lewis hits us with a Silent Purge, and now I think we have 7 cards in hand, so he can't even roll a die. So he's going to pick a random card from my hand to discard. And I think he hits like my D shift here, which is, yeah, there you go. Which I wasn't even playing 3D shift this tournament, so I was kind of like, well, I might have to play this game without D shift. You can't see it, but it's a Bell Ringer. The rest of his hand is pretty garbage. Pretty dead cards. You know, after this Bell Ringer, he actually doesn't have anything. So, 2 play points. We play Shikigami Summons, and then we draw a card. I really like Shikigami Summons a lot, especially, I mean, like, you know, whenever you hit that 7 mark, you know, with the Omni or whatever the little ghoul followers that trait is called at plus spells. Then we go Penguin Wizard, discarding the I can't think of that card's name right now. The better Demonic Strike. I don't think we evolved the... I guess we do. Yeah, I really don't remember much about my games whenever we do them. So like when I say I don't think we evolve, I really mean that I don't think we evolved the Penguin Wizard. This tournament was okay, so we do evolve it. We spend the play point instead of the Evo point, and then we are going to end up passing. I don't think that you know, like this tournament I had a lot to reflect on, and I think I definitely could have played better. This deck is very it's pretty complex in my opinion. I mean, it's not overly complex, but yeah, you can really mess yourself up here, and you have to do a lot of math and a lot of thinking the entire time, you know. But like in this position, I'm in a pretty good position here because things have gone really slow. Lewis hasn't really set up anything that's really devastating to me. He's gonna ward the Bell Ringer and pass. He had evolved the Bell Ringer and like did 2 damage to my Penguin. That was all I was really shocked that was all he could do. This tells me like, yeah, he really does have a bad hand. And he has 4 play points up. You notice he kept the Bell Ringer in his hand, so he's in my head he's like, I'm thinking like, well, maybe he has an execution. I have no idea if he has execution or not. So he you know, keeps the Bell Ringer, I guess, to bluff that. So you know, unfortunately, like I'm in a position right now where execution doesn't do much. So yeah, I mean, we have to deal with the Bell Ringer, I guess, you know, but it's not crucial. So this is definitely more of a setup turn. So if you did have execution, not that big of a deal. But I think personally for Lewis, I don't think this is the turn to bluff execution. I think your hand is so bad that you need to just play your other Bell Ringer and ward them both and just hope they both die, you know. But yeah, I mean, maybe, you know what? Maybe he was thinking like, I don't want to play my Bell Ringer because I don't want it to get hit with like a Rime Wind or something, and then I have to top deck the Bell Ringer, because that is pretty brutal. So we do the whole Merlin search Witch Bolt, discard Witch Bolt with the Penguin Wizard. Definitely one of my favorite plays. And just to get the Witch Bolt in circulation, I don't remember honestly if we just blow up the the bell ringer with it? I guess we do, because this is like a kind of a play where if he does have execution, well, this just makes sure that the bell ringer gets dealt with, you know, and without having to swing the Merlin into it. So the Merlin gets to stay standing. But it looks like, okay, never mind. We just copy the chain calling. So I don't know what I was thinking back then. Not to say that this is a bad play. I guess we're just like, you know what? Okay, I guess I must be thinking like, you know what? If he actually has execution and he hits my Merlin, whatever. It's just 2 damage that we don't get in. So swing into the bell ringer, it goes through, and then we're gonna swing with the paper Shikigami, deal 2 damage, and it looks like we have 3 play points left. Setting a face down trap card, it looks like. Nah, I don't think we need to. Yeah, so I think we end up passing here. Really not sure what to expect. I think at this point, because we haven't searched it, I think at this point we do have a Rhyme Wind, and okay, we were discarding for end phase. I'm pretty sure at this point we do have a Rhyme Wind, so we're anticipating like, okay, like if he has a Dark Alice or something, that would be a really nice card to top deck. But because you know it'd be his whole turn. He draws another Silent Purge. So this is going to be a really, really interesting turn. Silent Purge, the Penguin Wizard. It's going to hit another card out of my hand. And I'm back to 7 anyway. So, I don't remember what he hits here. I remember thinking at one point he hits a good card and he hits a bad card here. So he hits my 3rd Penguin Wizard. That was the bad card. Okay, and then I think he should hit another good card here, because he's going to activate Thundering Roar, and that is going to hit. Now I actually have 6 cards, so now Lewis can actually roll a dice if he wanted to. But every time he's done it before, I've had 7 cards. So 3. So he hits a Curse Crafter. Okay. So cards that I had extra copies of. So yeah, that definitely worked out for me for sure. And then he passes, no play points up. So we're going to deal 6 damage. And that's going to put him down to 16. Oh, I thought I was attacking. Well, I guess I was doing Rhyme Wind at the end phase. That's what it was. Okay, so now I attack, put him down to 14. Yeah, so we Rhyme Winded the Bell Ringer. We bring out the Celestial Shikigami for 0 by playing Kuon. Yeah, this is a pretty broken turn. So puts Lewis down to 10 and 7. We still have 7 play points too. So we don't have the Dimension Shift, unfortunately, because like I said, we were only on 2 during this tournament. And Lewis had hit it earlier with the Silent Purge. So we're just going to play the Merlin and just start setting ourselves up for just, endgame, really. This is a pretty strong deck. I mean, Kuon, I think, is just absolutely, without a doubt, this is the best deck of this format. I feel like this is like the largest. It really feels like this is like the largest gap in deck strength that there's ever been, in my opinion. Well, I mean, unless you count like set 1 like Dragon, right? Nothing else is that great besides Dragon in that format. But like other than that, I mean, I would say that this is definitely the largest gap there has ever been in terms of viability and again, deck strength. So we add another Kuon with the chain calling. Lewis is not in that great of a position. So we have like 7 cards left in the deck, I think, at this point. So and we saw the D shift there. So I am counting like where the D shift is going to be and how I can get to it. So I think that, surely we're going to evolve the Marwyn here. So we're not going to use the Evo point. We're going to evolve Marwyn. I think we're going to copy either Chain of Calling or Sorcery Cache. It looks like we're doing Chain of Calling again. So we add a Marwyn, or I think maybe at this point was, I think this point was when we saw the D shift. So I don't know how many cards for sure left in the deck, but definitely less than 10. And so we're just trying to make sure, like, hey, like, you know, when am I going to get there? So he draws the Bell Ringer that we top decked at the end phase of his last turn, and he really doesn't have any plays. Like, he's not even necro charged for the Alu card. You know, like, this is a bad spot for Lewis. Even if he had Israfil here, I have the Evo points, you know, so he didn't get enough going for him. He would have needed the Wings of Lust to draw and discard the Israfil, and then Des breathed it and then swung and cleared the board, and then we'd have a game. Then it'd be really interesting, because I'd have to suddenly start fishing. I mean, I wouldn't be pressured like in a losing state, but I would be pressured to hunt down the dimension shift. But Lewis doesn't have anything, so he scoops it up. That's going to be it for this one. Let me know how you guys liked it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.